runners, welcome back to this next episode of Running for Joy. I'm Janey and I'm so excited to kick off this episode. Today we're talking about getting race ready, not just physically but mentally and emotionally. Whether you're preparing for a 5K, a half marathon, or even a full marathon, this episode is all about tapering smart, building a strategy that works for you, and showing up with confidence. And I'll be honest, I've always really enjoyed tapering as long as it's done right. I've had so many races where I felt totally prepared and others where it was a bundle of nerves and second guessed everything. So I'm sharing what's helped me and what I've learned the hard way and what I wish someone had told me when I started racing. So our first segment that we're going to chat about is tapering without losing your mind. Let's start with tapering. If you've ever trained for a race, you know that this phase can feel a little bit strange. You're running less, but somehow your brain is running more than ever. So I just wanted to take a quick moment and explain what tapering is. Tapering is a period before a race when you intentionally reduce your training, especially your mileage and intensity, to let your body rest, recover, and rebuild strength. It's like plugging in your phone before a big day. You've done the hard work, and now it's time to charge up. I remember before my first half marathon, I was so tempted to sneak in one more long run. And I'd think, what if I lose my endurance? But my coach did remind me that you're not building fitness anymore. You're preserving it. And that stuck with me. And she was right. On race day, I felt strong and ready. Now, here's why tapering matters. It allows for physical recovery. Your muscles have been working hard. Tapering gives them time to repair micro tears, reduce soreness, and rebuild glycogen stores. I always mess up that word. Your body's fuel for endurance. It also allows for a performance boost. Studies show tapering can improve race performance by 2 to 6%, and that's huge. I have felt this difference myself, especially during a 10K. Last fall, I tapered for just 5 days and I felt like I had springs in my shoes. Tapering also allows for a mental reset. Tapering gives your mind a break. It's a chance to shift from doing more to being ready. I personally use this time to visualize the course, write down affirmations, and remind myself that I've already done the hard part. The tapering also prevents overtraining. 1 year, I truly did ignore tapering and kept pushing hard right up to race day. And I personally ended up feeling sluggish and sore. And honestly, I did learn my lesson. Tapering helps avoid burnout and injury. Now, I know there are people that don't necessarily believe in tapering, but to each their own. I like it if it's done right. Bottom line, though, is that tapering isn't slacking off. It's a strategic rest. It's how you honor your training and prepare your body and mind to perform at their best. Now, you might be asking, how long should you taper? Now, for a 5K or maybe a 10K, 3 to 7 days. Half marathon, 1 to 2 weeks. Marathon, 2 to 3 weeks. Now, what you still do during taper is you don't stop running, you just run less. You keep short, easy runs, include a few strides or light speed work to stay sharp, focus on sleep, hydration, nutrition. Now, if you're new to racing, tapering can feel like you're losing fitness. Trust me, I've been there. You start questioning everything. Like, should I be doing more? But here's the truth. You're not losing fitness, you're gaining readiness. You have to just trust your training. You've built the foundation. Now it's time to let your body absorb it. So now the next thing we're going to talk about is strategies that work for you. Let's talk about race strategy. This is where you get to personalize your plan. First, to me personally, I like to start slower than I think. I used to blast off the start line full of adrenaline, and guess what? I always hit a wall. I crashed. Now, I like to aim for negative splits, starting slower and getting faster throughout the race, the run, and finishing strong. For me, it truly is magic. It's actually one of my favorite kind of workouts to do are progression runs, so my body knows how to do that. And so I remember that one time during a 10K, I did hold back for the first half, even though it felt like everyone was passing me, but by mile 5, I ended up being the one to pass them. That race taught me the power of patience. Now, another thing that I like to do both for races and even workouts is to break the race into thirds or even just break it into chunks. One thing you can do is to think of your race in 3 parts. First, settle in, find your rhythm. Second, stay strong, hold steady. And the third one is to push. Give it your all in the final stretch. This mental breakdown helps me stay focused, and it allows it to be easier chunks to help me feel like I'm not just biting off more than I can chew. And allows me not to get overwhelmed. I like to write little reminders to myself, whether it's on a hand, my wrist, or even like during the week, have it on a sticky note on my bathroom mirror. It allows me to mentally just remember it easier, and it's stuck up there. The next thing you want to do is practice your fueling plan. For longer races, fueling is key. I've learned the hard way that what works for one day might not work the next. I once tried a new snack on race day, actually, and that was a really, really bad idea. My stomach was not happy, so now I try to test everything during training, even down to flavor, because I personally want to enjoy what I'm consuming during a race, not just, oh, that flavor is fine, even though I don't like it. Another thing you want to do is to expect the unexpected. Race day can throw curveballs. Weather changes, crowded start lines, unexpected nerves, visualization does help. I picture myself calmly adjusting, smiling through the chaos, and finding my rhythm no matter what. So this third part of this podcast episode I want to talk about is mindset for calm and confidence. Your mindset is your secret weapon. So something you can do is use affirmations. Write them on sticky notes, put them on your mirror, or even write them on your arm in Sharpie. My go-to that I like to kind of keep reminding myself is that I'm ready, I'm strong, and that I get to do this. It's not a have to, it's a get to. Before every race, I take a moment to say those things out loud. It really does ground me. Another thing you can do is to breathe through the nerves. Another strategy that I've recently found is the 5-finger breathing strategies, where you trace your finger, take one hand, you trace your fingers of that hand with your index finger of your other hand. And you breathe in while you trace up a finger and out while you trace down the finger. And you do the same thing for all 5 fingers. I found that really grounding and calming, and I've even found that really helps with my students when they might be dysregulated. Another thing that I have used and have found successful is tapping, where you gently tap your fingers. Where I have used tapping before is right above an eyebrow. below your nose, kind of like between your upper lip and your nose, in that little part, right below my lower lip, kind of in that little divot of your chin to your lip, right below a collarbone, right underneath your armpit, and then right on like the inside of your wrist. I have done this in the start curl before a race, and it really does help. Another thing you can do is shift pressure to gratitude. So instead of thinking, I have to race this, try, I get to race this. That shift changes everything. You've trained, you're healthy, you're capable. That's something to celebrate. You've trained, you're ready, trust your body, trust your plan, and most of all, run with joy. Thanks for joining me today on Running for Joy. And next week, we're going to be talking about post-race recovery. What to do after the finish line to feel good, heal well, and celebrate your accomplishment. Until then, keep moving forward and keep running for joy.